We are also committed to maintaining 12.3 million of crude capacity. We're proud of that. But look at what it takes to maintain that capacity.
Prominent leaders from the business, technology, and financial world turned out to address a key investment conference in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, as the kingdom seeks to attract foreign funds to help its plans to transition its economy from oil. Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund, the Public Investment Fund, PIF, announced that it aimed to bring down the share of its international investments to a range of 18% to 20% from the previous 30%, its governor said on Tuesday. Saudi Arabia has also announced that it was committed to maintaining crude capacity at 12.3 million barrels per day, its energy minister Prince Abulaziz bin Salman said during the conference. He was speaking ahead of an announcement, expected on Tuesday, about a carbon credit exchange involving the kingdom's sovereign wealth fund. Saudi Arabia backed a deal at last year's UN climate conference, COP28, giving countries more leeway to follow their own pathways to cleaner sources of energy. More than 100 countries had lobbied at that summit, held in the United Arab Emirates, for the phase-out of fossil fuels, but faced opposition from the Saudi-led oil producer group OPEC, which argued that the world can cut emissions without shunning specific fuels.
Today we will be signing something with PIF as a prelude for the announcement of the exchange platform that we would like to do it in Baku. I think it goes well that we tell our friends who are engaged in climate change negotiation that we're taking also a lead amongst so many countries that keep talking about it, but they don't have it.
Major energy players have invested over $65 billion in low-carbon technologies since 2017. This is only the beginning. Transitioning to a net zero economy requires long-term investors committed to ensuring a just energy transition, balancing our current energy needs with a vision for a sustainable future. The PIF back in 2015, actually I shouldn't say start because PIF was established back in 1971. A lot of people would come looking for our money to be invested abroad, but that thing shifted over the years. So now we're more focused on the domestic economy, and we've been achieving and doing so many big things since then. We see a shift from people want us to invest or take our money to invest from there to co-investments. We have created so many JVs with many international companies and also with local companies. We had less than 2% investment internationally, and then we grew that. That was only $150 billion assets under management. Today we are about $930 billion assets under management. So initially we had less than 2% of international investments. Most of the investments were developmental projects within the Saudi economy, but then it increased from 2% all the way up to 30%. Now our target is to bring it down to a range between 18% to 20%. And three, it's not only the fossil, John Ram, all of them, they're really amazing people.